Anyway, let's go to the next topic that we have right now. Man, whoo, excuse me. We're not even gonna. Well, yeah, we might as well. I mean, we're gonna bridge it, but let's talk about Justin Fields, the other black quarterback that Dujane was referencing, right? Sometimes you get one shot and things happen, but will teams regret passing on Justin Fields? And Zay, the mic is yours to kick us off.
Well, it depends on what teams you're asking about. It depends on what teams you're referring to.
Let's go to these
If you
teams,
talk,
brother.
what happened?
Let's go to these scenarios. Go ahead.
We go down the list. I would go down the list. We talk about the
Yep.
Falcons. Are the Falcons gonna be upset that they got Kirk Cousins over Justin Fields? Absolutely not. I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, the teams are out there. Are the Minnesota Vikings gonna be upset that they didn't bring in Justin Fields after they signed Sam Darnold? Maybe. I think so. Especially when you're planning to keep Justin Jefferson on a crazy contract for the foreseeable future. I think that will probably be the most upsetting. But you already know how division rivals are. They're not trading you for anything lower than the top of the cream of the crop. It's division rivals. You got to see them twice a year. So how confident are they going to be to trade you a talented, dynamic player like Justin Fields and be comfortable with whatever they're receiving back? I don't know, right? New York Giants. We'll see because I don't know what the Giants are planning to do during this draft. I don't know if they're planning to draft a quarterback early on, if they're trying to trade up. I see they've been building up their defense a lot. I see they just signed Drew Lock and I think another quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Um, on the Patriots, are they going to be upset? I don't know. They might be drafting Jaden Daniels. I don't know if they're going to be upset with trading for Justin Fields, who has to get paid next year, than getting a rookie quarterback. A lot of these teams is off salary cap. It's not about talent. Because I think when you look at Justin Fields, he's one of the most dynamic players in the game because his ability to run the football. He has one of the most he's arguably right next to Lamar Jackson in terms of agility, in terms of making missed tackles. This guy gets to everybody, gets past everybody. So I think when you talk about teams regretting passing on Justin Fields, I don't think so because a lot of the game today is pass heavy. A lot of the game today is finding your receiver and throwing the ball downfield, getting a check down, finding like doing different things offensively than just running the football that I think teams are kind of put off with Justin Fields. They're looking for dual threats, not run only, not look off open receivers. So I think right now teams are not going to regret it for the simple fact that we have yet to see Justin Fields effectively and consistently read a defense or read a field correctly. So I think for right now, no teams are going to regret passing on.
Dujane, the mic is yours.
I agree with Zay. I don't think teams regret passing on him. You have to have the right offense to set this thing up for him to have success. Uh, I'm not saying the Bears is the greatest place for him to be in to showcase his talent, but I mean, this year his QBR was 46.1. And I'm not big on QBR, but dang, that's bad. His career all time, he's 40 and 30, 40 touchdowns, 30 interceptions. And we've seen sometimes where he's forcing balls in, and he's making the wrong decision. And there's people out there that don't play quarterback know that that's the wrong decision, and it ends up being that way. Um, I do think he has a lot of talent, but um, nobody's going to be trading anything big for Justin Fields. I mean, I think we just saw the previous trade of somebody that was comparable, and I think they gave him what, a sixth round pick or something like that for that guy.
Mhm.
That's not going to work. Nobody wants to do that. I'm also not even sold that they really want to trade him either. I think if you look at the Bears completely, I say yes, Justin Fields hasn't been the best, but what has he had? The
Mhm.
dude's running for his life all the time. When he's had a team, when the team has played well, he has been electric. When the team doesn't show up and they put it on his back and he's having to run most of the time because there is no time, he looks bad. And I think any young quarterback is going to look bad in that instance. I mean, look at Sam Howell, same instance. Look at uh, Bryce Young, same instance. What the heck was he throwing to? He didn't have anything. He expecting this guy to do everything with nothing. And I'm not sure that they want to deal him, but I don't think teams are, they're not feeling bad for not picking him up. Now, if you're gonna say, like, for instance, the Giants go get Drew Lock. Really? What has that man shown to even get another contract?
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? So you got Sam Darnold going to Minnesota. Huh?
Thank you,
What the
Dude. You're
heck is
coming
that?
home. You're coming. Literally, you're coming to my point. But go ahead, carry on.
What the heck is that? I just think maybe if it's a pass, that must mean that the Bears are asking more than what the market really dictates for Justin Fields, because they feel that he's worth that.
I mean, that could be a possibility. I think for me to answer this question, I do think there will be some teams that will regret passing on Justin Fields. I can name you those teams right now. Dujane, you just laid the framework. You named them. The Vikings will be one of them. I would have tried to trade for Justin Fields. I understand it's a division thing, but if I had to pay a little bit of a division premium to get him over there, I would have. Clearly he has more upside than Sam Darnold. You talked about another team that you mentioned, the Giants, right? Drew Lock, really? Okay, is Lock even a lock to be the guy? Like, I just don't understand that. I would have took a fly on Justin Fields. So yes, I do think there will be teams that will regret not trading for Justin Fields. I can name you some more teams in a minute, but before I get there, I just want to emphasize how I do believe that the Bears failed Justin Fields, and I think that's evident. And I think a lot of people they have these perceptions, right? We operate in society based off perception without actually doing the research ourselves to figure out if our perceptions are true. For example, this reminded me last year of Lamar Jackson when he was on the open market with the non-exclusive. Nobody wanted to touch Lamar Jackson. No, the Atlanta Falcons, ironically, who gave Kirk Cousins a big contract, okay, literally at his age, had an opportunity to get a younger Lamar Jackson. Yes, I understand compensation, 2 first-round picks. I get it. But at the end of the day, Lamar Jackson's worth 2 first-round picks, clearly. They had an opportunity. They passed on him, right? They needed a quarterback. They passed on him. They wanted Deshaun Watson prior to that. Deshaun Watson almost went there, okay? So why wasn't Lamar Jackson the guy? Because everybody followed the same trend. Perception. I don't want to pay a running back at quarterback because we don't pay running backs. Okay, the same thing with Justin Fields, perception. And I think it's a trend that the teams are following because you cannot tell me with a straight face. I understand Justin Fields is unproven, but he has shown flashes, way more flashes than Drew Lock, way more flashes than Sam Darnold. Okay, and it's just it's crazy to me because clearly elite quarterback plays about development. You put Patrick Mahomes behind the worst offensive line with no talent, he's probably going to be a bottom tier quarterback. As crazy as that sounds, right? Because it's about development. And we see it so many times. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for Justin Fields. I'm not, because it has happened all the time. Look what happened to Mac Jones. Mac Jones, his rookie year, had a better season than Josh Allen's rookie year, than Justin Fields 3 years, then Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, all those quarterbacks. Mac Jones had the best, rookie year, and you could argue that rookie year was probably better than, excluding Josh Allen. He's elite, but he's probably better than anything Trevor Lawrence has done. You could argue. I mean, he's the God. Get him. He's Jesus. He got long hair. He's 6'5", 6'6", could throw the rock. No, it's about development, and then we know what happened with Bill Belichick and how he botched Mac Jones' development. And now he's going to be on the bench eating hot dogs, going like this with the play sheet. You know what I'm saying? So it's about development. Now, other teams that I can name you before I'm done here is even down to the Steelers, right? We know that Russell Wilson is going to be a bridge guy. And we know that he is not entering his prime. Both Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins are past their prime. Now, you could argue Kirk Cousins had his best last 2 years, but he is coming off Achilles injury, and you paying high premium. I get it, the fit, he's a better fit within the system, but good offensive coordinators, they adjust to their quarterback strengths and they make it work halfway. And I just think that, these guys played it safe with bridge quarterbacks and they don't want to test the waters of the upside. I think Fields has upside. He's not perfect. Clearly, he has to develop more as a passer. But I see way more upside than I do Russell Wilson. I see upside that I do more than Kirk Cousins, with all due respect. So I think teams will regret it, and that's my take.
Real quick, I wanted to say something. We talk about Justin Fields. We also got to talk about Chicago Bears because they might be playing chess while everyone's playing checkers.
Yeah,
They're
I
playing
mean,
a
look,
different game.
is he even leaving?
They're playing a different game. You got the first pick, you got the ninth pick. They might not even move him because they know Chicago has not had weapons. They know that. Everyone knows Chicago has not had weapons. You had DJ Moore, arguably the best receiver you had in a very long time. You could probably say in 20 years. And then, not 20 years. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Brandon Marshall's over there. I'm bugging. Listen, for a very long time, you had the best receiver you had in a very long time. And outside that, it was nothing. You had Khalil Herbert, who was solid, but he got hurt. You had Darnell Mooney, who has been horrible. He can't catch the ball. He was not getting open, not creating separation. Cole Kmet, he was okay, I guess, at best, but he's not enough for Justin Fields. And then, like Dujane said, the offensive line is completely depleted. They're saying the blitz every damn play. It feels like it, even though they're only rushing 4. It seems like he was looking at 9 people attacking him because the offensive line was against him. So it's crazy how all this was happening around Justin Fields for his entire career in Chicago. But Chicago knows that. Chicago's looking at the field. They know what they need to fix. They know that there's not enough weapons. So why would you try to bring in a rookie quarterback in a situation where you know there's no weapons? You think it's going to change? You think that the record's going to change when Justin Fields leave after 3 years of being able to read at an NFL level? If you want to say it, to bring in a college quarterback so he could go through the same thing Justin Fields went through? So that we could sit here and say, yeah, this kid's a bust. He's not good. It just doesn't make sense with Ryan Poles, the new GM, a new front office to say that and sit here and be like, yeah, well, this kid's not good. We tried. Like, you didn't try. You didn't bring nothing around him. And you have 2 first-round picks within the top 10 to bring in talent. So I don't see the quarterback. I don't see them adding another rookie quarterback to this dynamic and think things are going to change. It's asinine to even think about, because even though Caleb Williams, we've seen the tape, we see everyone talking about how hype he is about being the best QB prospect since Peyton Manning or other stuff. That means nothing behind a horrible offensive line because you can't get a play going.
I mean, look, I think, and I'm not trying to open up Pandora's box right now because time is of the essence right here. I just want to, pinpoint this one point before we move on. I don't think that the Bears are going to trade Justin Fields. I made that very clear. It's either going to be plan B or C. It's either they're going to bring both of those guys and have Caleb Williams sit behind Fields for a year, and once again push Justin Fields to be the crash dummy so that Caleb Williams could have better development when he starts down the road. Maybe that's a plan. Or C, that maybe they trade the pick. They trade, Caleb Williams essentially. That's going to be the number 1 pick. And they build around, Justin Fields. Me personally, I'm taking the best player because at the end of the day, I have a lot of cap space. It doesn't have to be primarily through draft. They added DeAndre Swift. They made some moves. We're going to talk about offseason moves in a second. But it's not only the draft, right? I do believe that there's certain players that stand above others in any sport, basketball, NFL, etc. Right? You have your stars and you have your superstars. And to me, based on film, I think Caleb Williams is that superstar. However, I do think that Justin Fields could be a star given the right situation. And my last point, and then I'm done, is that I do believe a team like the Patriots, and I agree with Zach because he brought it up to me at first. I almost kicked him off the show. I'm like, yo, Zach, what are you doing? But now that I thought about it, I'm like, oh, Zach, yeah, right. Brainiac Zach, right? He's right. The Patriots is a good fit for Justin Fields. Why? Because they have the number 3 overall pick that they could use to get Marvin Harrison and not draft one of these sloppy Joe quarterbacks whom the media conglomerate is hyping up to be the next big thing, and maybe it's not, right? You could use that pick to draft your wide receiver, trade a mid-round pick to get Justin Fields, and sign Calvin Ridley, and now your talent is like way better. You have more speed. You have Calvin Ridley. You have Marvin Harrison. You have Justin Fields. So now you're not operating in the 1999 playbook anymore like you was under Bill Belichick, but you are operating in the way how the NFL was moving with the mobile quarterback and the weapons on the perimeter. So I think the Patriots should do it. But hey, who am I?
So hear me out.
Go ahead.
I think the Bears are putting up a big smoke screen.
Me too.
And if I'm the Bears, if I'm not going to get these big picks that I think I'm going to get, you draft the best available player that's going to help your quarterback, and that's Marvin Harrison Jr. They've got several picks in the first round. So if I want to get a quarterback that's developmental, there's Penix, there's Bo Nix. There's no guarantee that Drake May goes in the top 3. The next best, because I don't see them taking a guy who has in so many words, said he doesn't want to be there. Why would you do that? Because you're going to end up with another Eli Manning story. So I just think, especially for Justin Fields in that regard, especially for Justin Fields, you take Marvin Harrison Jr. at wherever you want to take him. That's the best available player. It fits a need. It helps your quarterback. Now we're cooking with grease. And that doesn't mean you don't go and get a receiver with your next pick. I think they have 2 picks in the first round. So there's so many ways that they can go. But I don't see, especially with this free agency rolling out, if it was that big of a deal and someone was that hungry, they would have already taken Justin Fields off the board right now if they were that hungry. So I just don't see it. I think the Bears are playing games.
Possibly. You said that they were cooking with grease. Well, guess what? In the past, they've been getting fleeced, and that's just what it is. Word to my niece. Okay, let's move on to the next topic right now.
Please like and subscribe for all the up-to-date content. You've been slinging shows left and right, slinging content left and right. Please don't miss anything. If you do, like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a question, something you may want to answer, something you may have. All ideas are great ideas. Nothing's a dumb question.